Ananya, the youngest of all our group, has joined and she will chant for the beginning of our class. Oh, over to Ananya.
Hari Om. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः.
Very nicely chanted, very nicely. And do you know, Ananya, who are these two gurus? Can you tell them? Can you tell us, all of us, who are these two?
Swami Paramathananda and
Timappa sir.
Timappa sir.
Excellent, excellent, very good. And you have met Timappa sir
Yes.
and Swami Paramathananda ji?
Yes.
Very good, very good. So, okay, we are in 10th chapter that is called as Vibhuti Yoga. And we have seen what? Glory of Lord. Now, this is a conclusion chapter, conclusion class. We only have 4 verses. But tell me, if I want to describe any one of you, for example, I want to describe about Sharo or Anvit, what is the thing we describe? The name of the person, the place of the person, and time of the person, right? Means age or something. So same way, when I want to describe the glory of Lord, these are the few things which is explained in this chapter. What is that? First, we go by person. Among I should have done animations. Anyway, among all birds, I am what? What does Lord say? I am
Garuda.
Exactly. He is the Vahana of Lord and he is the most ferocious and very powerful Garuda. So among all the letters, I am
Om.
A, Akara or Om. Okay. Which is the most easiest syllable to speak. You know, when you want to say it is very easy. You just have to open your mouth. No moving of tongue, cheek, lips, nothing required. So the most easiest subtle is Om. Among all the mountains, what is Lord saying? Who am I?
Meru.
Mount Meru. That is what? Swastik, what is it? What does it represent?
Where it is the largest mountain to be found in the heavenly earth, it is considered to be it's considered to be
Meridian.
having many heavenly bodies surrounding it and revolving
Yes.
around it constantly.
Brahma's city, I'm pretty sure, is there also.
Everything from the Satyaloka, Brahmaloka down, coming down to the Patala and everything. All the 14 lokas are there in this. Among all the rivers, I am
River Ganga.
Lord is Ganga. Correct. And we saw that beautiful story of Ganga Avataranam. Dr. Sarika only explained us about it. Among all the Pandavas, I am
Arjuna.
Arjuna.
Why Arjuna?
Because he was the most devotional and most
Curious.
benefactor.
He was the one who wanted to listen.
Krishna.
Exactly. He was the curious to ask questions. He was the most studious and he believed. He was very devoted. He was focused on Krishna's teaching. So we are all like that. We are all among all the Pandavas, among all the students, we are his students. We are like Arjuna. And we will be like that. That's why the commitment I said today. Now, if you want to describe, I said, first person, then what? Time also. Now, if you want to tell God, so what is the time for God? When he was there, what is the age of God? Can anyone tell me?
Nobody
Quickly.
can say.
Nobody.
Why? God is told in the 20th verse and 40, I think he will tell in 41st verse also. Why?
And then Bhagavad Gita, it also
Because he
says
has
that
been there from the beginning of time and will remain
And he
until the
will
very
stay
end.
there till the end.
Super.
God is everywhere and God is never
Yeah.
born or never died.
So the place, I think I missed one slide. The time slide is God is from the beginning and the end. Means what? Like if you take an ocean, when the waves are happening in the ocean, and they are getting back. No one can tell when the ocean has come, right? But whatever is happening in the beginning and the end, only that we can see. Ocean is has no time, no kala, nothing. And about the place, the third was place. What is the place? God is where? God is situated where?
Everywhere.
What is the secret?
God is
Everywhere,
Everywhere.
everywhere. Very true. So that means, is it in within you also, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And beautiful story of Hanumana. We have seen that when he was asked, "Where is God? Where is your God?" He could show the devotion. He opened his chest and showed. It is not literally he opened like a bypass surgery, but the devotion is so much that the essence or the God's bliss is all around him. From within, everywhere it can be seen. That is the devotion we all should have. With that devotion, we have completed almost now only now for 72 vibhutis or glories has been seen. And today's first verse, Sharo will explain us after chanting. Sharo, over to you.
Hari Om, everyone. Today I'm going to say the verse 10.39. Yachhapi sarvabhutanam
Yachhapi
Yachchapi sarvabhutanam
bijam tad aham Arjuna
bijam
tad aham
Arjuna
tadasti vinayatasyan
tadasti vinayatasyaam
maya bhutam charachar
tarat maya
Bhutam characharam.
So in this verse, sorry sir, I forgot to include the meaning, but the literal meaning is, I am the generating seed of all beings. Means he's saying that like you have a tree, you put a seed, it will grow, it will grow everything. If there are pointy, sharp branches, round or soft branches, spoiled ones, big thick roots or thin roots, it gives to everything. It creates everything. Similarly, Krishna is saying he's generating seed of all existing living beings. So we can take an example of the jackfruit tree or any other tree. So I know at least 95% of people listening, they love at least 95%, or else everybody, I'm pretty sure, will love the taste of jackfruit. It is the sweetest and juiciest fruit. So, but there are some spoiled, overripe, or spikes. Sometimes they can hurt us. That is like the bad part of it. So here Paramatma is the cause of all Rakshasas, Devas, Asuras. Let it be good or bad. He is the one, their cause. He is their cause, he is their end. Because of him, they exist. Without him also, the Devas also would not exist. Rakshasas also would not exist. So similar to this tree, similar to the tree is this generating seed. Krishna provides us with whatever we want to live. What we do with it is up to us. It was said in a previous verse, among cheats, I am gambling. He's not promoting it. He's not saying that cheating is okay and gambling is okay. No. Because he created everything, he's stating among that which one he is. So he's giving us everything. What we do with it is up to us. There's an example of your mother. She gives you food without any conditions. That's her work. She gives you food, you eat it, you get energy. Now, what you do with that energy is up to you. If you want to go play or go study, it is up to you. So, it just says God is generating everything. Let it be good or bad. Cockroaches, elephants, devas, everything. It is under his control. He created it. Similar like a tree. He does not he did not create the asuras and all, because he is inside us. We are inside him. So because of him we exist. That is why he is told as the generating seed of all living beings. Hari Om.
Very good, Sharo. Very good. So you have given beautiful examples. It is up to you. What food mother cooks and gives you, up to you how you take it. If you want to be healthy, you have to eat all the things given in the plate. If you are too choosy, you have likes and dislikes. Like I only like to eat junk food. Then what will happen? Just like the jackfruit, which is spoiled. Outer shell is very thick, so it won't be seen from outside, but within the jackfruit, it is spoiled. So children, this is a very beautiful verse, and Krishna says that it is up to us. It was up to Arjuna that what he should do with this vibhutis, whether he should pray and look outside for Lord, or whether he should make and feel Lord within himself. What is easy, children? Is it easy to go to Kailasa and find Shiva? Or is it easy to just close your eyes and meditate upon Shiva? What is easy for you? What would be the best?
Closing our eyes and meditate.
Yeah, you know the story of what happened when Ganesha and his brother Muruga, they were given a task. Who can go circumvent the entire globe, earth, and within shortest time? And because you know, what was the Vahana of Ganesha?
A rat.
Ananya, what is Ganesha's Vahana?
A
Mouse.
mouse.
And how fast mouse can go?
Sir, very slow.
Can it go very fast? Very slow. So Ganesha knew who is going to win, but Ganesha has lot of buddhi. He is elephant's brain, but he knew that if the race is started, what is the one of his brother? Anyone? Anvit?
Peacock.
And how does the peacock move in comparison with the mouse?
Much faster.
Fast.
So you know the story. What happened? Immediately he's in the start 1, 2, 3. Immediately he flew, and he was off. Within seconds, he's half of the earth he has taken around. Ganesha was thinking, and what did he think? Anyone can tell me?
He took the round of his mother
The
and
ones
father.
who
He
gave
did
him birth.
parikrama.
They are only his
Exactly.
words.
Father.
They are only his words.
Exactly. So this is what God is telling. If you use your brain, whatever is there, God has said about vibhutis, don't only look outside. Obviously, you look outside, but finally close your eyes, think in the mind, okay, God is within me only. So I will never get defeated. I will always be strong. Whatever situation comes, He is with me. So you will always be like Ganesha and you will win over any situation. So that is the understanding of this verse. Now let us go to the next verse. Aloki, you are ready? Please go ahead.
नान्तोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां
Nantosti mama divyanam
विभूतीनां परान्तपा
vibhutinam parantapa
एष तद्येष प्रोक्तो
esha tuddeshata prokto
विभूतिर्विस्तरो मया
vibhutirvistaro maya.
Meaning of this verse: there is no end to my divine manifestations. O conqueror of enemies, what I have declared to you is a sample of my infinite glories. The answer is that Arjuna asked Sri Krishna how he should think of him, and these glories have been described in response to Arjuna's question. The mind is naturally drawn to specialities, and thus the Lord has revealed these specialities amongst His powers. Whenever we see a special manifesting anywhere, if we look on it as a God's glory, then our mind will naturally be transported to Him. Krishna here is explaining Arjuna that how we speak in Hindi, kan kan mein Bhagwan. In short, Lord is everywhere, occupied every element, every yuga, even within us, till infinite. Whatever Krishna illustrated to Arjuna is a small fraction or vibhuti. In this world, also as per our culture, we find certain things attracting. So we have to understand that the attraction is Krishna's luxuriousness. Then there is whether that attraction towards that particular thing are taking us closer to Krishna or away from him. Thank you, Hari Om.
Very nice, very nicely explained. And this is another extension of the last verse. So children, it is whenever you go to mall, do you go to malls? Yeah, I generally go sometimes. So what is so much glittering things all around in the mall, which attracts you, isn't it? Or you don't go to mall at all?
Sir, I
Yes,
don't
sir,
go.
there are.
Sometimes, rarely.
Usually, I don't go usually. Sometimes I
But sometimes you go, what attracts you? So many glittering things, so
Lights.
many lights, and why they purposely make it so that your all five senses are attracted to it. And that's
So
why
that
they
your
keep,
eyes start getting luster in your
yes.
eyes. Start getting
Also,
luster in your eyes.
they will keep the things which they want at the height of your eye level. The things they don't want to sell, they will keep it down or very up. So children, whenever you are taken by your senses towards outside, that is when you are going away from God. That's what the verse says. And whenever you see that you want to go towards God, you don't have to take your senses and go out. You have to make the sense within you. How to make your sense within you? How do you do that? Very simple. If you take deep breath 3 times and then just close your eyes for a second, you will know that all the senses has turned inwards and you will relax. And this situation happens whenever, for example, there is a situation where you are angry. The first thing what happens is you forget that you are self, you are whatever, and you start getting angry. Your breathing starts very fast, and you lose your senses. We say, no, I lost my sense. Don't you say this phrase? I lost myself. Self means sense. And then you might shout someone, you might even hurt someone or yourself. So that time, remember that if you are losing yourself means you're losing God. And if you want to gain that thing, just take deep breath 3 times, say Omkara, you will come back to yourself. Means what? You'll be near your God. You understood this? This is very simple concept, but difficult to practice. But regularly, if you do, you will practice. You will get it. Now, the beautiful verse 41st. This is almost the concluding verse, and after that, one more verse. Over to you, Pragnya, if you are there.
Yes. Hari Om everyone. I'll be chanting the 41st verse. I request all of you to repeat after me. Yad vibhuti mat sattvam.
Vibhuti mat sattvam.
Shrimadurjitamev cha eva va.
Shrimadurchitameva
Tattad eva vagachatvam. Mama tejonsha sambhavam. Thank you, everyone. So the little meaning of the verse goes as follows. Whatever you see as beautiful, glorious, or powerful, know it to spring from but a spark of my splendor. So the verse starts out with explaining the good qualities present around us like knowledge, purity of heart, righteousness, beauty, power, splendor. All these are manifestations or the forms of God's glory. So previous slide. This glory also includes all arts, science, intelligence, technology, order, discipline, all the qualities present around us. So we should not imagine, suppose we are really good at this, we're really good at control, like coding, for example. So we should not imagine that that we have complete possession over that particular skill of ours. Of course, it's our own. We are in our own body. We have our own intelligence, and we only would have developed it. But to remain humble and to not become conceited, you should always think it is it's a part or amsha of Paramatma that is present in us as these good virtues. So at least if we are not able to attribute the full virtue or the full skill to the Paramatma, let us at least start with attributing a small part of it, so that we can work our way towards being more humble. So if the human has prosperity, that is the Paramatma's glory. If we have power, intelligence, it also belongs to him. So those who think these virtues are their own, there are many chances of it being misinterpreted by the person. So this causes them to think that all the good things occurring around them is because of their qualities. Let's take an example of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He has done so many developments to India, and even in the COVID time landed vaccines to like so many other countries. So but has he ever expressed the feeling that it's all because of him that the India is prospering? No, he has always remained humble and always given credit to the other political leaders around him and also to the citizens of India. So so he has never developed any feelings of conceit or arrogance. So on the other hand, if the person believes that their virtues are gifted from the Bhagavan, it helps them to remain humble and also enables them to use the qualities to do good for others around them and also to better the world, like how we take the example of Modi ji. So next slide. So the sense is that all these good virtues are his expressions. We'll take an example of our temples. The beauty, grace, and grandeur are his expression. The sculptures crafted by the sculptors are also his creations. The Gopuram, Vimana, and all the other aspects are his manifestations. Of course, this always includes the skill of the sculptor. It is not as if he has no talent and simply the Bhagavan came through him and that it made him sculpted. He of course has his own skill and intelligence, but we have to attribute it that it is coming from the Bhagavan himself. We can take another example of the melodious music rendered by various singers, like we have M.S. Subbulakshmi, Lata Mangeshkar, S.P. Balasubramanian, and various others. So this voice it is as if it's a gift from God, gift from the Bhagavan. So their voice is so mesmerizing and you feel so pleasant when you listen to them. So we should imagine that as one of Ishvara's form. So next slide. Sri Krishna further explains that the sum of all these glories make up just a small fraction of the whole of Ishvara's glories. So from the beginning of its chapter until now, we have seen so many glories of Ishvara, and Sri Krishna could not state all of them to Arjuna. It was too vast. So he says that the glories that he has stated in this chapter is just a small part of what all Ishvara is comprised of, because he cannot explain the whole thing to Arjuna. So we have many divisions of the government, right? We have the Department of Education, the Finance Ministry, we have the Department of Police, we have Defense Forces, we have all that. So all of these, they join together to form a main government or the main institution that we see. But are we physically able to like separately see all these ministries? They all work together to form the main government. Or suppose if we take the state, we can see the state government as a whole, but we don't particularly see the Education Ministry or the Finance Ministry. So they are seemingly invisible. They work behind the scenes. So this is how Ishvara is described. His virtues and glories, manifestations are all visible as clear as they are around us and within us. But he himself is invisible. So next slide. Okay. In conclusion, whenever we come across some wonderful qualities in us or someone else, let us attribute the fact that these are from the Paramatma and not just from the object of the person. Paramatma is infinitely more powerful and glorious than something that is merely found on the earth. So this is why they should make us aware of the constant existence of Paramatma around us, and we should remember to constantly stay humble. ధన్యవాదం మరియు
Excellent. Very nicely you explained. And children, let me just add on this. Now, there are, do you know, we have, if you have understood God, or if you have understood the glory of God, as we know it is vast, only 72 as a mere examples is given here. But even if there is your younger brother, for example, say, um, Aditi has younger sister Ananya, and she can chant better than Aditi. Then, if she has understood, Aditi understood that Ananya can chant because God is as much within her as it is within her sister. What would happen? There will be always happy moments with Ananya and Aditi. They won't fight at all because Aditi and Ananya is part of God. Whatever good qualities Ananya has is because of the glory of God. Similarly, in your class, someone comes first, someone comes last, or someone is very good in the chess, or someone is very good in cricket. You will not be jealous. Why? Can anyone tell me why you would not be jealous?
Because this is not something that they own. This is their ability.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Because
Chinmay,
they can see
Chinmay,
God in the other person, and they can, acknowledge that it is God and not the person.
exactly. It is a part of God. Chinmay also has raised hand. Yes, Chinmay?
Sir, I'm not telling like I'm asking. Sometimes
Hmm.
fights just don't happen because of that. No, there are different types. Like there are different ways which people fight. Just because of that, they don't fight.
Ah,
So, like, what is the difference? Anyway, fighting is different than being jealous, right?
yes, it is different. Yeah,
You can't just tell jealousy and fighting comes
yeah.
hand in hand.
So I will explain. So jealousy is different fighting, but there are six basic, we say internal enemies. Can anyone tell me six
Kama, Krodha,
enemies?
Lobha, Moha,
Krodha,
Mada, Matsarya.
Matsarya.
Yes. So in one of them is jealousy, another is greed, another is anger.
Anger.
So fighting, hatred. Fighting happens because of hatred or anger or likes or dislikes. So that is also one type of. But I am just giving an example of jealousy because I cannot explain every bit of the six. So Chinmay asked, fighting is different, jealousy is different, and fighting can happen because of so many reasons. Yes, it can happen, but if you have understood that God is present in everyone and you start appreciating the God's glory, then you won't fight, isn't it? That's what we are trying to understand here. Even if someone shouts at you, you will say, okay, this is the body which is shouting, but God within him, I can see, and I can relate my God or my presence of my God as equal to what is present in him or her. Then we don't fight or we don't shout, or even he shouts, doesn't matter for us. That's what I'm trying to explain. Am I, I don't know, am I understood? I don't, if anyone has not understood what I'm saying, please ask me.
Clear, sir.
Swa-
It's clear.
Swastik, am I clear? See, tomorrow, what we have understood from the Vibhuti Yoga is that God is everywhere. God is within me also, and God is within the other person, or even everything, because He has made it, right? Like gold ornament, if it is bangle, or it is earrings, or whatever it may be, it is made up of what? Gold only. The material we use is gold. God, when made the human being or the earth and the so many beings on the earth for enjoyment or pleasure, how did he make? He made from himself. Do you know one more story, children? How was Ganesha made? How was Ganesha? Can anyone? Don't tell Aditi. You don't tell. Let Ananya or Anvit say or Chinmayi say. How was Ganesha made up? Made of?
Sir, Parvati made a statue of Ganesha with kumkum. Then she
Ah,
gave real life.
how? But there is one more story. Can anyone tell me? She made
Def-
from.
def-
Yes. Okay. Okay. Sharo.
How he got his head.
No, no. How was Ganesha made? How was he brought to life? How was he?
Sir, may I?
Yeah, who is that?
Sir Raghav.
Raghav, please go ahead, tell.
Sir, actually, this story is more popular in the north of India. That
Mhm.
once Parvati Mata was bathing in in one kunda near Kailash. I don't actually remember the name exactly of that
Name
kund.
is Gauri
Meenakshi,
Kunda. Gauri
Gauri.
Kunda.
Yes, yes. She was bathing near it, so to protect that, so that anyone could not see her bathing. So that's why
Mm.
she created a statue of a small boy from
Mhm.
the multani mitti which she has applied on her body. From that
Exactly.
mixture, she made that idol, and then she gave life to that idol. And then this was how Ganesha was created, and ordered him to not allow anybody to enter the Gaurikunda.
Exactly. Correct. So similarly, when God wanted to make, now at least Parvati had that Gauri Kunda, there was some Multani Mitti, but God, when he was there, nothing was there. That much you understand, nothing. There was no Multanamiti, no water, no nothing. So he created the Pancha Mahabhutas. From where? Just like the spider creates a web. Do you know where the spider creates a web from?
You said
He gets
that from his saliva.
his
From his mouth.
saliva. Then saliva comes from where?
Mouth.
Salivary
Mouth.
gland.
So from the no, not go so deep, but saliva or anything comes from his own body. So every part of the web is from the spider. Similarly, imagine God as a big spider. If someone who is afraid, don't get afraid. God as a big spider, and he makes a web of universe. And people say multiverse and what omniverse, whatever. So each thing in this universe is made up of God. So what does it mean? Every one of you has the part of God. Isn't it true? So when everyone has that smallest thing in your body is made up of God, then what? Then why do we have to have
Also,
jealousy, hatred, enmity?
sir,
It
because
should.
of
Hmm,
because of our
Sir, mutual
karmas we have
discommunication.
accumulated over the years.
exactly. Very good. Over the years, we are always tuned in a different frequency than our inner self, that God. We are tuned to different frequency because of what? Again, our misunderstanding, our this five, six shadow vikaras, the disease which we have as a human, and it is natural for every one of us. But once we understand what is the Bhagavad Gita message, the message is loud and clear. None of us are separate from the original God, or we say consciousness also. So even though we are different, small droplets, but finally the rain droplets goes into the ocean, and and also the cycle of wind cycle and the breeze, everything from the ocean goes to the rain. Sorry, clouds, and again this is cycle. So we should understand we are like small droplets of the water which collect together and forms a river and again goes to the ocean. So finally, we are going to go back to the Lord Himself. So why not enjoy this 100 years? Maximum is 100 years. Someone will say in Japan they stay for 110 years, isn't it, Swastik? But we only have 100 years on this earth. So why not enjoy that 100 years rather than spending our time on anger, jealousy, hatred, whatever you might call, greed. Okay, so this is the meaning. I hope it's difficult to understand when they're very small, but remember this: God is in each one of us, and if you have understood this, you won't be angry or getting unnecessarily trouble. It's okay, leave it. Okay, so let us go to the last verse. Raghav, over to you.
Yes, sir. So first I will chant, and I urge all of the children to chant after me.
Yes.
अथवा बहुनैतेन
अथवा
अथवा
बहुनेतेन
किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन
किं
ज्ञातेन
ज्ञातेन
तवार्जुन
तवार्जुन
विष्टभ्याहमिदं कृत्स्नमेकांशेन
विष्टभ्याहमिदं कृत्स्नम्
Nam.
एकाशेन like go ahead ekashneha just start like that
Okay, ma'am. कांशेन स्थितो जगत्
एकांशेन
एकांशेन
स्थितो
स्थितो
जगत्
जगत्.
So next slide. So the translation of this verse is, what need is there for all this detailed knowledge, O Arjuna? Simply know that by one fraction of my being, I pervade and support this entire creation. So from this verse, Krishna is trying to say that Krishna says to Arjuna and even asks him that what was the need of this detailed yet precise knowledge of his glories, because all these glories mentioned in the entire Bhagavad Gita also cannot describe Lord Krishna's vastness and power. So how it is detailed, because each and every group, like ranging from animals to the all the humans to all the rivers, from each and everything he has mentioned one glory, and yet precise, because 72 glories are actually very very precise for the Lord himself. All these glories are just 1/4 of his all glories. All the other 3/4 part of his glories are entirely spiritual and transcendental. Sir, one slide is missing from this.
oh I don't know this slide sorry
Oh, no problem, sir. He also says that even in a tiniest fraction of his glory is enough to sustain the whole multiverse. Lord Krishna is immense and his glories are beyond comprehension. They cannot be expressed in words. He says that after this whole 10th chapter, also it is impossible to understand his glories. He can sustain and support each and every life being by his tiny manifestation in each of us. He is within us also and outside us also. Krishna also says in the 9th chapter, verse 4, that this entire cosmic manifestation is pervaded by Krishna and is the unmanifest form of Krishna. All living beings dwell in him, but he doesn't dwell in them. This refers to the philosophy of Vishishtadvaita. It states that the entire universe is God's creation. God's Moh Maya Shakti is the creator of the universe, the material universe. This verse also states that the material universe created by Moh Maya is finite and God is infinite. Beyond finiteness, all the living creatures are a part of Him, but He is not a part of them, as He is beyond Moh Maya and Yoga Maya, His two energies, one material and other spiritual. This concludes the statement that we are all anshas of Krishna, fractions of him, but he is not a part of us or like us. So next slide, please.
oh sorry this is your last slide
Yes, no, yes, yes, sir. Hari Om, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
thank you very much Raghav so that is right that you said that God lives within us but he doesn't get affected that is what the meaning is not like he is not part of us he's very much part of every smallest cell of us and around us. But like the spider and web example I gave, if spider starts getting entangled in his own web, what will happen? He will get killed in that web because he has made the web so that other things get attracted and once they touch it, they are caught in that. So he lives as if he is not part of the web. So similarly, God exists in all of us, but he doesn't get affected. Just like the movie is shown on a screen. The movie is shown now, whatever you're watching on your laptop or iPad, after you close the class, does the screen get affected or it is getting colored? If there is some scene, nothing is happening. The screen was there, it is there and will be there, even whatever classes are going on. Doesn't you understood? If there is a scene of lot of blood and splash, the screen will get affected? No, screen remains as it is. Similarly, God is there. It is the base of your life, but it doesn't get affected whether you pass, whether you get very good marks, you come first or second, doesn't mind for him, because he is just like the bed, like a root, and the tree is growing over it. With that, we end the class, but we will chant this mantra, the last mantra after the every class. Can Aditi chant, and we will chant after you? Aditi, if you are there.
Yes, Uncle.
Hmm.
Om Tat Saditi
Om Tat Saditi
Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su
Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su
Upanishatsu
Upanishatsu
Brahma Vidyayam
Brahma Vidyayam
Yoga Shastre
Yoga Shastre
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade
Vibhuti Yogo Namaha
Vibhuti Yogo Namaha
Dashamodhyayah
Dashamodhyayah
Hari Om Shri
Hari Om
Hari Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Children, before we end the class, I want volunteers for the next class. Please raise your hand so I can. Yeah, Chinmay, Yakshita, Swastik, Aditi.
I don't know how to raise.
Uncle Ananya would also like to
Okay,
decide.
okay. Oh, very good, very good. I will give her also. So Aditi, Ananya, Swastik, Yakshita, Chinmay, and Pragnya, Raghav, Nayana. Wow, there are so many. Shall I also allot some stories next class?
Sure, sir.
Yes, sure, sir.
Yeah. So I will take a screenshot. And can Atif chant for me this shloka if Atit is there? Atit, we will all
Sir?
chant after you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Om
Om
Purnamadah
Purnamada
Purnamidam
Purnamidam
Purnat
Purnat
Purnamudachyate
Purnamudachyate
Purnasya
Purnasya
Purnamadaya
Purnamadaya
Purnamevavashishyate
Purnamevavashishyate
Om
Om
Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti 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 Hari
Om.
Om.
Satyo Namaha.